The morning after a good piss up, you need a good fry up. Bacon and eggs, sarnie. Cannot wait for this, just before I binge watch Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. Well, here we go. I'm going to binge watch all 8 episodes of Netflix Sunderland Till I Die. I cannot wait. Apparently it's a thriller horror and there's a twist at the end. I wonder what that could be. I've got me popcorn at hand and I've got me J2 all ready and I cannot wait to binge watch all 8 episodes of this fantastic, the hottest thing on TV right now, Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. I cannot wait to watch this and I catch us at the end. Oh, that was such a tear-jerker. Oh, God, oh, that's so sad, so sad. Well, here we go. Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. It wasn't a thriller horror, it was more like a weepy, absolute weepy. I've binge watched 8 episodes and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Some absolutely genuine people on there. The fans were fantastic. The kitchen staff at Sunderland was fantastic, especially Joyce. Absolutely amazing. Heartstrings that pulled the tears from my eyes, it did. But we're going to start off with episode 1. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert, absolute spoiler alert. I'm going to reveal things that happen on Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. So if you don't want to know, don't watch. I'm not going to reveal everything. And there wasn't really much of a twist at the end like I thought there was going to be. But you'll enjoy it. It's a great, great series on Netflix. Get yourself out there. Get yourself Netflix. You might get a free month. If you go online, you get a free month. And then you can cancel if you want. But you'll be able to watch Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. It's absolutely fantastic watch. Some great fans. Some great footage. I mean, this TV show Netflix, Sunderland Till I Die, just shows you the absolutely fantastic fans that we have. We meet loads of wonderful characters. And how the club affects the community of Sunderland. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Some absolutely wonderful fans in this series. Some wonderful people who work behind the scenes at Sunderland. And I can't recommend it much. The businesses in Sunderland are affected by what goes on in the football club. If we have a shit season, I'm sure the businesses will feel the effect. If Sunderland is thriving, we're doing really well, I'm sure the businesses are starting to boom. It just shows you what happens at a football club, the ins and outs. I didn't realise so much went on, even though I had a really good idea. And then it just shows you the effects of people at the top like Ellis and Baines who have no clue, who have ruined the club. But now we are rebuilding again under Stuart Donald and Charlie Metvin and co and Juan Santori. And the club is going to rebuild and we're going to bounce back bigger and stronger. And we're going to see more wonderful fans in the future with Netflix Series 2. Episode 1. Basically starts with Simon Grayson coming in. The pre-season, how the pre-season's gone in that great match against Celtic where we got absolutely hammered. Absolutely hammered. And after the match, the fans absolutely told the players and the manager exactly what they thought. Brilliant start to episode 1. I mean, the pre-season with Simon Grayson, I didn't particularly like Simon Grayson's training tactics, or, I mean, he's a thoroughly likeable bloke. But yeah, like everyone said, he was rushed into Sunderland. I thought he was a panic manager. We got this manager in for the pre-season for Sunderland, and Ellis Short again was clueless. I mean, there's a lot about Martin Baines in this. Martin Baines loved to be on TV. He tries to come across as a thoroughly enjoyable, likeable bloke. But you don't pull the strings over my eyes, Martin. I didn't fucking like you at all. Trying to save money everywhere you went. I know you're doing a job for Ellis Short, but you got no ties to Sunderland at all. You were just saving money wherever you could, and that was it. And then that moment, Darren Gibson got pissed in the club and slagged off every single player, saying, oh, they've got no balls, they've got no heart, they don't care about the club. They didn't care at all about Sunderland Football Club. But Darren Gibson, you're such a wonderful person. You cared about the club, didn't you? You cared about the club. You loved Sunderland Football Club. You absolutely loved Sunderland Football Club. Absolutely loved Sunderland Football Club, Darren Gibson did. What a wonderful bloke he was. Fucking not.
Me and my dad walked all the way around, smashed a bit. Sunderland have suspended
That was the moment, Darren Gibson, when you absolutely got fucking pissed off your head and drove about 60 to 90 mile an hour down a back street and smashed up everybody's cars. What an absolute fucking prick you were. And you are for doing that. Got drunken driving once, done for drunken driving twice. You'll never learn. Absolutely, you deserve to get sacked from Sunderland Football Club, and you deserve to get locked up for that. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. Pathetic. And the new keeper came in, Steele. A little bit about Steele and his family. Looks like I have a lovely family. He's a nice bloke. He is. He's a lovely bloke. But great keeper, good keeper, not a very good keeper at all. I mean, end of the day, these are people. These are human beings. These are somebody's sons. These have got sons themselves. They've got families, wives, whatever they have, daughters. You know, it's just, they are nice people. They're just not good footballers. Steele was not a good goalkeeper at all at Sunderland. Didn't do a good job. I'm on the water today, as you can see. I've sobered up. I've had me bacon sarnie. But yeah, first episode was about pre-season training, about the Celtic match. The wonderful Celtic match where Celtic absolutely ripped us a new arsehole. And like I say, Grayson got Vaughan in, got Grabham in, greedy Grabham. He grabbed all the goals and then he fucked off and left us when we needed him most. He had no heart, no passion for this club at all. End of the day, what's happened. And I wash my hands of Grabham. Absolutely mercenary for me. After the money and that's it. I mean, people who come out of this series likeable players. I mean, Robin Reiter, I like him. He's a really likeable chap. He looks like a lovely family. I really wish him all the best. I hope he has a really good season with Sunderland. I hope at some point we don't need to use him. McLaughlin stays fit, but McLaughlin had some sort of injury yesterday against when we played and we beat Bristol Rovers. He come off with some sort of injury. Was it back spasms or something? I'm not quite sure. So Robin Reiter, come on. Reuter, come on. I wish him all the best. I mean, he's a really likeable chap. He's got a lovely family and I hope he has a great season at Sunderland Football Club. George Honeyman, he comes on as a young lad that's came through the academy. Absolutely fantastic young kid that's came through the family. He comes out really well in this TV show. Absolutely fantastic. I love Honeyman. Honeyman's absolutely brilliant. You want him to do well. You want him to come through. You want him to win every single game under Grayson. But it didn't happen, did it? We all know it didn't happen. I mean, all the way through this series, you want them to do well, the lads. You really want them with passion to drive through. I mean, I was at a lot of those games myself, and we know there's no miracles that actually happen in this season, in this series. We all know what's going to happen at the end, but still, you want them to do well. I mean, under Ellis Short, he supposedly have spent £343 million. We've only getting 198 million back through sales and whatever. And then, so basically, the shortfall of 145 million, that's what he's lost, Ellis Short. Buying players, selling players. I mean, let's go back to the Paolo Di Canio scenario. We had the Di Fanti, and Di Fanti came in and bought 20 players. Was it 20 players pre-season? Wasted an absolute shitload of money. And Paolo Di Canio, not one of those players that he want in. I mean, that's how pathetic. From the very beginning of Ellis Short's reign, it's been pathetic. Absolute garbage, waste of money. He's thrown good money after bad. Absolutely garbage. Di Fanti, oh my God, Di Fanti, man, you just wasted, absolutely wasted loads of money under Paolo Di Canio, and Di Canio didn't want those players in. So there, from the beginning, that's where Ellis Short's gone wrong. All the way through, basically all the way through his lifetime at Sunderland Football Club. Thrown good money after bad. So basically 145 million in debt. That's how much he's wasted on players and on these executives who's come in. The managing directors are absolutely pointless. Episode 2 was about deadline day. And Martin Bain's trying to bring players in, trying to make us like he cares, think as if he cared. I mean, we brought in man, Johnny Williams. Johnny Williams is lovable. I love Johnny Williams. Absolute, really likeable bloke he was. And then there was Wilson came in. They tried to get McCormick, but he didn't want to come. Obviously, he didn't want to come to Sunderland, did he? But Johnny Williams is one of the fans I actually liked. fans, one of the players I actually loved during this series. He's a lovable chap. He got horrible injuries. There's a collarbone, shoulder injury he got, was absolutely a nightmare. He had to go through an operation and all the rehab. You know, he's just I wish Johnny Williams all the best in the future for wherever he plays, because he was a lovable bloke. Basically, deadline day, transfer deadline day, the ins and outs, the ongoings, the long hours Martin Baines endured at Sunderland, putting shift in after shift in after shift in. You just watch him. He's trying so hard to do well at Sunderland Football Club. He's trying to come across as if he loved Sunderland Football Club. You don't pull the wool over my eyes, Martin Baines. No matter how much this series is trying to make you look like some sort of hero, you don't pull the wool over my eyes at all. You're getting paid millions of pounds to do this job, Martin. Such a hard job. You look as if like you're going to cry at some point, but nah. I still don't like it. And most of the fans still don't like it. And they still won't like it after watching the show. Martin Baines, I'm so pleased you've gone. And then episode 3, pressure of Grayson losing loads of matches, defeat after defeat. And then we had that draw against Bolton at home, and he got sacked the game straight after the match. Absolutely, he couldn't defend. Sunderland's team just could not defend. They were going forward. We got hammered off Ipswich, was a 5-2. We were going forward, scoring goals, but our defence was shite. Absolutely garbage. Grayson was the shortest ever manager for Sunderland. Didn't last 2 minutes of Sunderland. I mean, you felt sorry for Grayson. Kind of felt sorry for Grayson, but at the end of the day, he couldn't do the job. He got no help. He got no support at all from Ellis Short. No support at all. It was a short reign. It was a horrible managerial decision to begin with. And again, I wish Grayson all the best in the future. I hope he has a good season somewhere else at one point. But under Ellis Short, he never had no support. But, I mean, he wasn't good enough. Basically, Grayson was not good enough at Sunderland Football Club. All I could see watching these games were those pink seats. I'm so pleased Donald's came in now and took those pink seats away and replaced them. Lovely white ones now, red and white seats like they should be. Absolutely brilliant seats. But them pink ones just looked horrible the whole of the time. You just watched the matches, there was just loads of empty pink seats with Grayson in charge. And then episode 4, Kit Simons and Chris Coleman came in. I mean, I absolutely loved Chris Coleman. Yeah, Chris Coleman was absolutely class. Absolute class. Person, manager, different altogether at managing a club. There was no shouting. He wanted to cuddle all the players. He had a different kind of way of coming across to the players. I really did like. He was a likeable chap. I thought he was a great. I mean, when we beat Burton away 2-0, that was absolutely fantastic. He was on the pitch. He's giving it all. This is absolutely wonderful. I mean, I love Chris Coleman. He was an absolutely fantastic manager. I mean, Nick Barnes on the radio for Total Sport. I mean, Gary Bennett. These Nick Barnes comes across really well. He has got a fantastic voice for radio. Nick Barnes, absolutely brilliant. Nick Barnes, wonderful. Come through Asoro and Marger. Chris Coleman had nobody. He had no support at all from Ellis Short. No support whatsoever. I don't think he met Ellis Short once. That's how fucking shit Ellis Short was. Sorrow had stayed. Sorrow was absolutely fantastic kid. He got Young Player of the Year. Marger, absolutely brilliant. These are the kids that Coleman had to nurture and bring through into the first team, which they did really well. He got no support, like I said, from Ellis Short. And Martin Baines, just the middleman, just doing his money, getting his money, doing a basic job just to get millions of pounds as us fans pay good money to watch the matches. Episode 5 was called Sticky Plasters. I mean, the match on New Year's Day when we played Barnsley and we got beat. And Gibson went off injured with that nasty injury and he was starting to play well. And Chris Coleman hadn't playing well. But you got the low-knee players who got in were garbage. The players that came in, basically, were absolutely garbage. In the transfer deadline window in January was awful. And we brought in that Carry-On Camping, Lee Camp, the smallest goalkeeper in the history of goalkeepers. He was absolute. The errors he made was terrible. And then we got into Ajari. Yes, Ajari was canny, young kid coming through. He was good. He's going to be a good kid in the future. I think he plays up somewhere. Is it Rangers or somewhere at the moment? And then Fletcher, Ashley Fletcher. Yes, another likeable lad. Benno said he thinks if at one point, I think it was Benno was saying something about when we were playing away, if some of the fans start calling them names, I think he's going to start crying. Fletcher was going to start crying because he was getting name called, and that's how soft he thought he was. He's a big lad, but he was a soft player. In episode 6 was Reuter's broken finger, and the operation on Reuter's finger was absolutely hideous. But he come through it, showed you how the finger was broken, they x-rayed it, they showed the operation, actually showed you sticking pins in his finger. It was like, don't eat any food at that moment in time. That match, the Bristol City match, we're getting beat 3-0 at half time. Was it half time? Yeah, 3-0 down half time, and we came back to draw 3s apiece. What a comeback! And Coleman was absolutely over the moon. The fans were in some fans' house. He's listening to the match on the radio, and he's going absolutely mental to get 3-3. But the away fans are absolutely fantastic, like always. The away fans are just a class above, just amazing. These away fans were going absolutely berserk when we drew 3s apiece. Yeah, and carry on camping. Obviously, was it the first 3 goals? It was a camping goal for the Bristol City match. Carry on camping, Lee Camp. Absolutely terrible mistakes he made. It was absolutely pathetic. The whole match against Borough, when we equalised, I think it was that match 3s apiece as well? Oh, I can't remember, but that was a good match. I think Soros scored, then Borough came back, and then McManaman scored the last second, and the crowd went absolutely mental. That was another great match that was to be at. I remember being in that match. It was absolutely fantastic. And he ran all the way up and started pointing at Pulis, and up where Chris Coleman was, because I think Pulis had a go at him some point in the past. But yeah, McManaman last minute equaliser. That was another good match. A couple of players got sent off that day, I'm sure they did. I mean, I still think Soro should have stayed at Sunderland, got his trade, had a great season this season, scored loads of goals. Just like Marge is doing. Let's hope Marge signs his contract this January. Sign the contract now, Marge. Stay at Sunderland Football Club, keep scoring a shitload of goals, earn your trade, get promoted to the Championship, because we're going to get promoted to the Championship. Definitely. Promoted to the Championship, earn your trade. That's where Soro should have stayed. Soro's at Swansea, he's never getting a look in at Swansea, but with Sunderland, he would have had a fantastic season. Episode 7. I mean, basically, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think McGeady liked Chris Coleman. I'm not quite sure. He didn't understand his tactics in matches. I might have misread it, but it come across to me as if McGeady didn't like Coleman. I mean, Chris Coleman's training, for me, looked loads better than Grayson's training. And the way he got stuck in and he cleared the whole pitch from snow. Coleman got stuck in. I mean, it shows you how they cleared it away. I mean, you want managers like that who are not afraid to do the dirty jobs. And he got stuck in. He was part of a team. He was a big part of the team, Chris Coleman. I wish him all the best wherever he's going to go in the future, because him and his kids and his wife's lovely wife, absolutely fantastic. Chris Coleman, I hope he does well his next managerial job. And then that derby match where we won 4-1, and it was absolutely pissing down, and we won 4-1, and Joyce was going mental when she was down there. She's obviously the cooks all the food for the Sunderland players. Absolutely going mental. We won 4-1. We scored some really great goals then. And I thought we had a lifeline. The fans thought we had a lifeline after that match. We had a great chance. And then going into the Burton match, leading 1-0 with less than 10 minutes to go. It was like, we had to hang on to that match. That was a great, for the first 80 minutes, I just thought we were going to win that match. And then we all know what happened. Burton scored twice. And then we scored the last minute of injury time. And the referee gave the goal. But then the linesman flagged them over and cancelled it out because were we supposed to barge their keeper or something? And then the fans were going absolutely fucking mental. Watch that episode. The fans are going fucking mental, saying, "You've paid the referee. He's waving his money around. He's going absolutely ballistic." There's some absolutely great scenes there, man. Oh, man. It was a horrible match, though. We got relegated. Yes, we got relegated. But back to the derby match when Fletcher scored. Catamol's passion. You kind of criticise Catamol for his passion. The passion is absolutely 110%. I mean, again, Catamol, He's been here forever and a day, and I hope he has a fantastic season from now on for the rest. Stay injury-free, Cattermore. Stay injury-free. We need you pulling the strings, making the tackles in the middle of our midfield. Cattermore, absolutely class match against Aston Villa where Graham scored. And he was doing this to the fans, Sunderland fans. What a fucking idiot you are, Graham. And then he interviewed him on there, basically saying, I loved scoring against me old teams. I loved scoring against Sunderland. He loved the fact that we were going to get relegated. He was laughing in the interview. Graham, you're just a greedy man. I hope you have your comeuppance one day. I hope you get relegated at one point and you have a shit season. Because fucking, you don't go on like that. You don't go on like that. You stay the full season. You put your heart and soul into the match. And if you get relegated, you go away and you earn a bit of pride. You don't just walk away for money. And then after the Burton match, one of the fans was going absolutely mental with Chris Coleman, calling him a prick. That's very, very harsh mind. I like Chris Coleman. Chris Coleman didn't like that at all. Nah, he's a proud man, Chris Coleman. I felt sorry for Chris Coleman. I thought he'd give it everything. He'd give it everything. He just didn't have the backing from Baines and Ellis Short, and that's all it was. And I would have been happy Chris Coleman to stay for another season, but obviously in hindsight now, we've got Jack Ross. I'm happy with Jack Ross. I think Jack Ross could be potentially a much better manager than Chris Coleman, but doesn't mean Chris Coleman's a bad manager. He just never got the backing. Last episode we say the likes of Donald and Charlie Metfin. Oh, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Whoa, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Whoa, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Suntan, posh voice, wavy hair. Get yourself to Wee Phillies at the Wee Chief and listen to those songs. Or even go on YouTube and look at Wee Phillies YouTube channel. All them songs are on Wee Phillies YouTube channel. Charlie Metford songs, Stuart Donald songs, absolutely fantastic. Go on there, all of my subscribers, and subscribe to Wee Philly because he needs it. He's absolutely a great Sunderland fan. Oh, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Whoa, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Oh, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Suntan, posh voice, wavy hair. Classic. And then it ends with the Sunderland game against Wolverhampton Wanderers where we thrashed the league leaders 3-0 and Metfin was in the stand with Donald. It was an absolutely fantastic day. It was red hot. I love that one. I've got my vlog on there. My vlogs down below in the description. My vlog for the Burton games down there in the description. Watch my vlogs. You'll enjoy them. But that was a fantastic match. And we see Benno with Nick Barnes up in the stand doing his bit. Gary Bennett, Sunderland legend. Absolutely fantastic. One of my favourite players of all time, Gary Bennett, mine. Absolutely brilliant at the time. Oh, man, he gave 110%. Benny, you are absolutely magic. I love listening to you on Total Sport. When the match is on, I love listening to you. Absolutely fantastic. BBC Newcastle Total Sport, absolutely brilliant. And Nick Barnes, absolute fantastic legend on the radio. Legend he is. Oh, he comes across brilliant. Benno comes across fantastic. I love Benno, absolutely amazing. That Wolves match was absolute class. The fans were over the moon. Good way at the end of the season. Good way to introduce Donald and Metfin to the fold. And then there's going to be season 2 coming up shortly. Season 2, the rise to the championship. Hopefully we will rise to the championship as league leaders when we beat Portsmouth next Saturday. It's going to be a great match. I can't wait for it. I'm really looking forward to the match. We cannot get beat. Hopefully we'll get a draw at least, but wonderful. That'd be absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful if we can beat Portsmouth next week. I thoroughly enjoyed Netflix Sunderland Till I Die, and I'd recommend it to anybody to watch. 8 episodes. I'd recommend it, maybe watching it one a day. Don't binge it all in one go because my eyes are going a bit square at the moment and my head's going around. That's why I'm on the water. But I was a bit drunk last night, so I'm a little bit hungover, so that doesn't help either. But chill out on the couch with a bit popcorn and a bit water and a bit J2O and get stuck into Sunderland Till I Die on Netflix. Absolutely fantastic. And we are going to win the league this season. I feel it in my bones. And I'll catch you at the vlog next time. See you later. Joey Donald came all the way from Eastleigh to Sunderland AFC to see the lads become champions. Stuart Donald.